Thank you. Okay, first piece of business is the public hearing on the budget, and we have a presentation.
Could the minutes reflect that you opened the public hearing?
Oh, yes.
At?
7:25.
Okay.
We were waiting for the public. Put that as a parenthetical.
You've seen this information before. The increase in our budget is 4.15%. The increase in the assessment is lower. It's 3.50 because we have an anticipated increase in revenue from indirect costs from grants. We don't have any additional staffing positions in this budget or any extraordinary expenses. Salaries were increased by 4%. As I mentioned the last time, that was not uniformly. The people, our support staff received a bit more and our administrators a bit less. Health insurance costs are going to increase by 10%. Our Delta Dental bill will not go up next year. Employer contribution to New Hampshire retirement will increase. We're at the higher rate from 6.8 to 8.7%. We're at a higher rate than the teachers, although the increase was about 2% for each category. We looked at our budget this year versus the one that we're currently in versus next year. Our salaries remain at 64%. They are this year, they will be next year. Benefits and employer contributions remain at 25%. If you add those two together, salaries and benefits account for 89% of the SAU budget. Our building and utilities are at 7% this year. The budget we're proposing keeps them at that percent. And supplies, equipment, and miscellaneous are 4% this year and next year. The total budget is $1,042,970. You should have gotten a detailed line item budget as to where that is on the line items, and Jim is going to go over the proration.
Yes, actually, this is $1,042,970 is the prorated amount, and there's a handout that's in front of you today because I apologize that when I gave Christine the report last time, the proration had an error in the where proration was QL. And so the total up is $1,040,000 rather than $1,042,000, so I corrected it on the handout that went out today. The budget didn't change. I just given her, I had a minus in my where calculation. That was an error. So this is the correct proration down. The budget, of course, is at $1,072,970 less the revenues of $30,000 worth of revenues, and you've seen that in your packages before for a prorated SAU budget paid by the districts of $1,042,970 in this fashion. And as we talked about in the November meetings, the budget for the SAU by state statute is split 50% by equalized valuation of the communities and 50% by the average daily membership of pupils attending those districts. And what you see in this case, as we talked about at the November meeting, is declining enrollments in Henniker. Overall, is shrinking Henniker's share of the SAU pie. John Stark grows as its share of Ware and its population grows, and Ware again picks up a bigger piece of the SAU. And Stoddard, because of its increased valuation, increased in terms of the number of dollars going higher than anybody else this year under that proration. So that explains the proration page, unless there are questions about it.
The line item budget was actually in the last packet that you got, but I believe Jim has some extra copies.
You have some
if any
extras
board
if
members would
anybody-
like to look at those. And at this point, I would open the public hearing to comments from the public.
Catch that?
Can I ask a comment? Can I ask a question there?
Sure.
I'm asking you if I can ask a question.
Certainly, sir.
On your presentation, Christine, you said that the benefits portion remained at 25%. How could that be if the retirement went up and the health insurance went up?
Every sector went up. When you look at how we apportion the budget into salaries, benefits, building expenses.
Oh, okay.
But the proportion of the budget, the percent of the budget is exactly the same next year as it is this year.
Even though the number of people stayed
Even
the
though that,
same.
yes, yes.
because everything else went
Correct,
up. I wasn't there.
correct.
Sorry on Monday.
Any other questions? That's our presentation.
And then we close the public hearing.
We formally, how do we do it?
You formally close the public
Just a
hearing.
motion or just?
No, you do.
Okay.
You say.
I close the public hearing.
At.
Give it now. 7:30.
And then you can go on.
Okay, now we move on to the board meeting. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes? So moved. Second? Second. Second. Okay, any amendments, questions?
Could you, I have a question. When we met, the executive thing, the retirement thing changed. I asked you about this when you came to our meeting one night, Christine.
Uh-huh.
The retirement proposal that we,
That's page 8, I believe.
I think you approved them at the last meeting, but I'd just like some clarification.
And there's 3 on page 8 is
I
retirement.
don't know, I don't have a page.
Page 8.
Oh, page 8, yeah. The package, the administrative retirement package, I believe, stayed the same, but the support staff package changed from what we recommended.
I believe it changed for both, is my recollection.
No, on page 8 of the minutes, that's not my understanding. My understanding was the retirement proposal was not changed from what was proposed.
I think what we did was change some language. Wasn't it the question of the employee who worked in the district versus working at the SAU?
Yeah, that I have no problem, no
Correct.
question, because I'm talking about the years.
Years of service?
Yeah, right. After 5 years of service for the staff, I thought we did both of them.
I thought we did them both the same.
Both the same.
And really what we increased was the dollar amount.
Yeah, you reduced the dollar amount for the support staff.
No, the minutes do not
Yeah,
reflect
that's not
what
correct.
was, the board discussed. What the board discussed was limiting the number of years that support staff could count as years of service in the SAU to 5 if they had been in one of the SAU schools. But they did not change the original proposal, so the minutes are incorrect.
Right.
That's what I thought.
You're
Correct, the minutes are incorrect.
And the correction should be?
No, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it could be corrected that if it said for administrative and support staff, the retirement package would be offered after 15 years of full service and would be based on 30 days of accumulated sick days per diem with a cap of 10,000.
Correct.
Thank you. And then the support staff package, or the support staff could count 5 years of full-time service in an SAU school
Toward the
towards
cap.
retirement.
Towards the- I think it was to allow some recognition of work in a school and then a move to the SAU.
Within the SAU, yeah.
And then a career-ending event at the SAU later on.
And when Mike showed me this at the Stoddard meeting, I had the same reaction that you did. Someone confused that 5 years, and it just didn't get recorded properly.
Yeah.
The 5 years that they could transfer over.
Because you explained it to me the way you just said it.
Correct.
But then when I got these minutes, I said, well, it's
Something to
back
read
to
through.
where we were.
Right.
No.
Right. And I think the support staff was at cap 10,000
It was.
as well.
It
Right,
was.
that's
It was the
correct.
same.
It was the
We
same.
kept everything the same.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So it's for
Did you maybe
administrative and
just submit
support
maybe
staff,
an
for
extra
that
one to
entire
line
sentence,
item?
starting with that second sentence.
So you mean it's a different.
No, we just need a correction from minutes. So we correct the minutes, page 8, number 3, retirement proposal. Second sentence for administrative and support staff should be added in. And then the following sentence would be the support staff could count after 5 years of full-time service. Would be based on 30 days of accumulated sick. Oh,
No,
how would it be worded?
just the support staff could count
Count
5 years of
years.
full-time service
Okay.
in an SAU school toward
Toward
retirement.
toward the,
15 years.
yeah, toward the 15 years of service.
Thank you,
Required.
toward the 15 years of service.
Service required.
Correct.
15 years. We have that? Works? Thank you. Any other corrections? Okay, given that, all those in favor of the minutes as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes passed. Moving on, motion to adopt the 2007-2008 SAU budget. Can I have a motion for that? So moved. Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, it should include the number.
Yeah, and
Oh,
and
right,
gross-
right.
The gross budget number is what you really.
1,000,000.
$72,970.
Thank you.
So that you appropriate the total, the gross amount.
Got that, Jeff? $1,072,970.
Big pocket.
That's the motion.
Second by Monty, seconded. Now, do we have any discussion? All those in favor of the budget, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, budget passes. Number 4, action on the retirement proposal for SAU staff. And that is on page, that one we just went over, right? No.
Right, it was actually in the original bound packet. If
Mhm.
anybody needs a copy, I can.
So I'll make a motion to adopt the SAU 24 retirement benefit proposal for administrators and support staff as submitted in the fall meeting report.
As amended.
Second?
Well, this is correct.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
okay.
correct. It was the notes.
The second is?
Marjorie.
Marjorie, okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes, got it. Next.
That's it?
We're doing well. Oh, our next is non-public session, right? So I have to have a motion to go into non-public?
So moved. For the discussion of personnel,
Correct.
Correct.
91:.
It's a number and everything.
I'll be faking after this one.
91-A:3.
3.
7:37.
Okay, we need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, each of us have to go
I
around.
put the time in there.
Right, oh, that's right. Let's make it 7:37, okay. Glad to do that. Okay, now we have to each go into it, right?
Yep. Paul's done.
Paul?
You should start.
Aye.
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 Okay, all in.